I've known Robert since the second grade. We played sports all through Little League and middle school, high school, and on into college. I would say that Robert is one of the most honest, reliable people that I know, that I've been associated with. He treats everyone the same. He's always there when you need him. You can count on him to do the right thing. Robert was very reliable, honest. He was a team player. Personal accolades didn't mean anything to him. He was a great leader on the field. He controlled us, told us where to be, what to do. He was like a second coach, and he kept us in line. Robert didn't ask for any accolades, or he didn't want to be noticed. He just did his job, and he's been a great friend.
In 1978, Robert and I were in a class together. He was taking and I was teaching. Robert was an excellent student, an accounting major, taking a marketing and a management class. But he was always a contributor. He wasn't one that stuck his hand up every time that there was a question asked, but anytime you called on him, you could depend on Robert. And that dependability has continued ever since that I've known him, and that spans 6 decades now. That spring, I had the opportunity to watch Robert play for legendary East Central baseball coach Ken Turner. The greatest tribute that I heard Ken Turner ever give someone was he gave Robert the opportunity to handle pitchers. In the 35 years that I knew Ken Turner, I never knew of him giving a like tribute to any of his former players. Robert's not a taker, Robert's a giver. And not only has he assisted East Central Baseball with financial support, Robert is so good about attending functions and bringing people with him in support of the university. Likewise, he brings prospective students to campus. And if Robert recommends somebody as a player or as a student, you can rest assured that it's a quality individual that'll have an impact on the institution. When Robert is involved in something, he's always dependable, and he always goes above and beyond. A prime example would be, I'm frequently in Oklahoma City, and Robert and I'll meet for coffee or we'll have lunch. I cannot remember a time where if we're having coffee and he has an appointment at 10:30, about 10:15 there'll be another East Central graduate that just happens to show up where Robert and I are having coffee. It's like a baton. He hands me off to somebody else. And it helps that continuity, because I know that Robert's talked to that individual about East Central University, and he's done it in a positive way. The two things that immediately come to mind to me about Robert is his leadership and his loyalty. His career in the banking industry has been stellar. He's been president of a bank. He's been with Bank of America at senior vice president level, and BOK is the director of their health services and hospital enterprise. Kind of unique in that he's in Oklahoma City, but their big markets are Chicago and Phoenix. After graduation, Robert continued to stay in touch, and I never really think about it, but just Robert and I have always had this contact, whether he was in Oklahoma City or Midwest City or Yukon, or even when he was in Dallas. The number of times that I'd run into him, we've attended a whole lot of funerals together, and university events, but it started just as soon as he graduated. He never abandoned East Central University. It always meant something to him, and it still does to this day. Robert, thanks for the friendship, and thanks for being you to me. And you're one where I never doubt that truly understands Once a Tiger, always a Tiger.